Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you for joining me for another one of my YouTube practices. This is going to be an upper body power flow. So it's going to be quite a strong practice. We're going to be working the upper body a lot here. And there will be some weight bearing with the wrists and a lot of weight coming through the arms, the shoulders. So just bearing that in mind, if you're someone who's got really kind of sensitive wrists, or you know, kind of shoulder things going on, just really bearing that in mind for this practice, because there will be a fair amount of that. So as always, grab any blocks or props that might assist you in the practice, and join me on the mat when you're ready, coming into a kneeling position if that's comfortable, or an alternative seat if not. And resting your hands in your lap, start to close off the eyes or take a steady gaze. Taking a big shoulder roll here. And taking a couple of releasing breaths to start the practice today. So inhaling through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth like a big sigh. Starting to open the eyes back up if you had them closed. Start to bring your right arm to the mat. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Lift up and out of the waist. Exhale, stretch over to the right. Feel that left side body open up. Keep breathing here. Start to bring your left hand back down to the mat. Inhale, reach your right arm up, lift up and out of the waist. And then on the exhale, come into the stretch. Right side body opening up this time. And release. Start to warm up through the wrists. Let's take some wrist flicks here. And then start to bring the hands together, interlace the fingers, and start to circle the wrists to one side and then to the other. Then we'll start to take some of these funky wrist movements, like a bad dance move. Going one way and then the other. Lovely, okay. And then pop your hips down to the mat. I'm going to start to come into half lord of the fish. So start off maybe with this right leg straightened, and we're stepping the left foot to the outside of the right thigh, and then maybe you're bending this right leg in, but you can keep it lengthened if that works better for you. Then take the left hand to the mat behind you. Inhale your right arm up to the sky, lift your ribs away from your hips, and on the exhale, twist to the left, and either hugging this right leg or hooking the elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Your gaze is following, coming over the left shoulder, in that direction. Inhaling and exhaling here, deep breaths. And release. Come back to neutral. Switch it over. So left leg lengthen. Step the right foot to the outside of the left thigh. Then maybe you're bending this left foot in as well. Right hand goes behind you. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Lift your ribs away from your hips first. On the exhale, twist to the right. hooking that elbow to the outside of the left thigh or giving your left leg a hug. Allow your gaze to follow. Keep lifting up and out of your waist on your inhales, releasing on the exhale. Keep noticing what you notice, what's alive for you today. Trust your breath, allow it to lead you in your practice. Listening to your body. Whew, bless me. And release, coming back to neutral. And start to unravel the legs and make your way into a tabletop position on your mat. Take some light engagement through the core here. Hips are staying above the knees. Walk the hands out in front of you, coming into Anamahasana puppy pose. Melt the heart and the forehead down to the mat. And as you inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift and lengthen, make space. Exhale, release. Keep moving with your breath. Start to walk the hands back in. Tucking arms to the toes on your exhale. Send your hips to the sky for your downward facing dog. Press the mat away from you with your hands, finding space in the shoulders, spine, as you lift your hips up to the sky. You can take a pedal out through the feet here. Send your gaze between your legs. Relax the head and the neck. And then from here, we're going to start to walk the hands in towards the feet. Then meeting at the back of your mat here in a forward fold. So you can bring the hands away here. You can have them on the elbows, hanging down in your forward fold here. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Walk the hands back out in front of you until you find your way into your plank position on your mat, shoulders above the wrists. Check in here with that inner line of energy. And start to walk the hands back in again towards the feet. Pause here, forward fold. Hang heavy for a moment. Walk the hands back out. But this time, just walk the hands back out to downward facing dog. So not all the way into plank this time, meeting back in your downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to lift the left leg up and away, coming into three-leg dog. You can open through the hips, if that feels good too, but really keep the shoulders nice and square. Breathing here. Really staying strong through the shoulders, through the arms. Start to lower the left leg down to the mat. And then now I'm going to start to take the right leg up and away, reaching the right leg to the sky, three-leg dog, strong through the shoulders again here. Breathing here in your three-leg dog. And slowly float the right foot back down to the mat. Pausing here in your downward facing dog. And then on your next inhale, step the feet in towards the hands. Lift the chest and lengthen the spine, coming to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, soften the knees if you need to. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky, grow the spine tall. Exhale, hands through to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms back up to the sky, lift your ribs away from your hips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, place the hands down and either step or jump back to plank position and vinyasa your way through. So inhaling through to upward facing dog or cobra and exhaling back into downward facing dog. Now this time from your downward facing dog, we're going to come down to the forearms for dolphin. So still sending that gaze, your gaze between your knees. You can be up on your toes if you need to here. Coming down to the forearms. And then from here, maybe seeing how it feels to walk the feet in as far as you can. Strong through the shoulders here, breathing. Maybe start to sweep the right leg away up to the sky in your dolphin. And bring it back down. Left leg up to the sky. And back down. Walk the feet back out. And then power up through the arms back to your downward facing dog. Well done. Take a releasing breath here. Observing any thoughts, checking in with how the body's feeling. And on your next inhale, either jumping or stepping the feet in towards the hands. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands through to heart center. Inhale, sit the hips back, coming into Utkatasana. So arms by the ears or out in front. Thighs squeezing together. Belly's coming away from the thighs. Trying to keep a neutral pelvis here. For some of us, I know for me, with my pelvic tilt, I sometimes dip into the spine and I have to really engage the core to come into a neutral pelvis position here. So breathing here wherever you are. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest and lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, float the hands down to the feet and either jump or step back to plank. Inhale, coming through to an upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, float back to downward facing dog. Coming back down to the forearms for your dolphin. And just remembering that if you need to take a child's pose at any time in this practice, you absolutely can. Send your gaze between your knees. Breathing here. See how it feels to walk the feet in towards the hands. Walk the feet back out again. Power up through the arms back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot through between the hands. Sweep the arms up, warrior one. Left side. Exhale, float the hands back down. Step the foot back. Inhale, coming through to your upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Back into your dolphin again here. Gaze comes between the knees. Walk the feet in towards the hat, towards the arms, towards the body. Walk the feet back out. Power back up into your downward facing dog. This time step the right foot through between the hands. Sweep the arms up to the sky, warrior one, right side. Or you could come into a high lunge here if that's more accessible for you. Exhale, float the hands back down. Step the right foot back and vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feeling the fire. Reconnecting to the breath here. Send those hips to the sky. And on your next inhale, jump or step the feet through towards the hand. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into your Utkatasana. Sitting those hips back to that imaginary seat behind you. Exhale, hands through to heart center. Well done. And now we'll either come up onto your toes or grounding through the feet. Bring the arms out in front. Lower the body down towards the mat. Slowly. Releasing the hips to the ground when you're ready. And then bending the knees, grounding the feet into the mat, reach the arms out in front. Engage through Mula Bandha, through the core, and start to lower the rest of your body down to the mat. Coming into a lying position, you're going to come into a really nice shoulder stretch now. So we're going to find our way onto our front, and then bring your right arm into a cactus position. Now, if this is the first option I'm going to give you, but if cactus is going to feel too strong for this, then instead you can adjust the arm to make it more comfortable for you. So try in cactus position first with the right arm. And then what we're going to do is use this left hand to lightly press it into the mat. I'm going to roll onto our right side, and you'll feel a really juicy stretch through this right shoulder here. Now you could adjust and have the arm in a slightly different position from cactus if that feels more comfortable for you. And then options, either keep the legs stacked here, or you could bring this left foot to the ground behind you as you breathe into this stretch through the arm and the shoulders. And start to roll back onto your belly. Pause there for a moment, and then get ready to come to the other side. So hopefully you'll be able to see nicely here. So I'm either cactusing this left arm, or it might feel better for you to actually be having this arm closer in as you come into this stretch, and that might kind of feel more comfortable for you. So being careful here. And then I'm using my right hand, pressing that to the mat to guide myself over onto the right side, feeling the stretch through the shoulder. Maybe this right leg, maybe this right foot is coming to the mat behind me. That's just a gesture of where it could be heading. You can keep the legs stacked if you prefer. Slowly release back onto your front. And bring yourself back to a seated position or kneeling position on your mat. As always, if you have more time, come into a long shavasana here, please do. If not, we'll ground for a moment here. So closing off the eyes or taking a steady gaze, releasing the hands into your lap. Take a couple of shoulder rolls. Perhaps you can start to feel your rib cage expand with the breath. Maybe feeling a little bit of heat in the body. Maybe that practice felt quite challenging today. Maybe it brought up frustration. Maybe it didn't. Whatever's coming up, allowing yourself to sit with it. Allow it to be there and know that it's passing through. Start to relax your shoulders, let your shoulder blades run down your back. Keep observing your breath. As you inhale and exhale. Open the eyes if you have them closed. Try and get out of the sunlight directly on my face here. So I hope that you enjoyed that practice. As always, please do comment below. Let me know how you got on. Let me know your feedback. And there's a link below to my membership for more practices, especially kind of more detailed practices with breath work and asana alignment and different duration classes on there, as well as live classes. So do check that out. Please do also subscribe to this channel to see my latest videos. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again soon.